Hello everybody, I'm Moosepig7. Sonic Heroes was a game that came out in 2003 that was received as generally mediocre. The controls were slippery and weird, the acting was terrible, and don't get me started on those homing attacks. But besides its faults, it had a cool story and a really neat gimmick, and that was its team mechanic. Instead of just playing as one person, you played as a team of 3 with different attributes that helped you proceed. Based on the base team of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, there was a speed-type character who could run faster than the others, spin up poles and triangle jump off walls, a fly-type character who could fly, carry the others, and throw said others at enemies, and a strength-type character who was stronger than the others, could use their teammates as weapons, and could glide. There were 4 teams in the game: Team Sonic, which consisted of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles; Team Dark, which consisted of Shadow, the Hedgehog, Rouge the Bat, and E123 Omega; Team Rose, which consisted of Amy Rose, Cream the Rabbit, and Big the Cat; and Team Chaotix, which consisted of Vector the Crocodile, SBO the Chameleon, and Charmy Bee. The creation of these teams led fans, who already like to make Sonic OCs, to make teams of OCs based on this team mechanic. I, however, have not made many OC characters or teams as of yet, but generally look through the existing Sonic franchise to find groups of characters that fit this team mechanic nicely. However, a common problem often arises when you try to shoehorn characters into teams: the absence of one missing type. For example, Silver and Blaze would work well as strength and speed respectively on a team quite nicely. Silver can glide, carry and throw people, and smash through large structures with his psychokinesis, and Blaze can definitely do everything necessary for the speed type as seen in Sonic 06 and the Sonic Rush games. However, a fly type is missing, and as no other characters have been introduced from Silver's feature, this cannot be filled by anything other than a new character. The same happens when you try to fit Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel into a team. Mighty works perfectly as strength and Ray as flight, but no character befitting the speed type canonically hangs out with them a lot besides characters already in a team, so you can't put them in a team without creating a new character or having the plot put them together with a random speed type character. This was actually going to be the case in Sonic Heroes, as Mighty and Ray were originally going to be on a team with Metal Sonic, obviously explained somehow by the plot, but were cut when the developers decided 4 teams was enough. And then they made Metal Sonic the main villain, so that wouldn't have ended up working anyway. However, there are a few groups that, whether intentional or not, fit the team mechanic perfectly, and today I'll be reviewing the 3 best Sonic Heroes teams that weren't in Sonic Heroes. These teams fit so well that they could be modded into Sonic Heroes itself without much worry for contradicting their canonical abilities. If you have ideas that I may have excluded or missed, by all means drop a comment. If I find enough other teams, I'll do another one of these videos. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So I'll be ranking these from worst to best, and I feel that even though this team works well ability-wise, it's the least known, so I'm putting it first. Back in 1996, Sega released an arcade fighting game starring Sonic characters. Since there weren't that many Sonic characters at the time, they had to create a few characters, and thus Bean the Dynamite and Bark the Polar Bear were born. However, these two didn't have anything to do with each other, and certainly not with Knack the Weasel. Later, however, in the early development of Sonic Heroes, these 3 obscure characters were brought together to form a team. Sega was going all out in its bringing back of old obscure characters in this stage of development. I mean, they were planning to bring back Mighty and Ray, Bean, Bark and Knack, and the Chaotix. However, only the Chaotix made the cut. But later, they were revived as a team called the Hooligans in the Archie Sonic the Hedgehog comic book series. Anyway, on to why this team is a perfect Sonic Heroes team. Speed type. Knack the Weasel would fit this role, I'd expect. Weasels are generally faster than bears and ducks, and even though he's not nearly as fast as Sonic and Shadow, he's definitely faster than Amy, so speed type is relative. Being a sleek weasel, Knack would be able to do triangle jumps and spin on poles, definitely. And as an added attack, he'd be able to shoot his pop gun. Strength type. Bark the Polar Bear would obviously fit this role. He's a huge bear known for his strength. There's not much else to say here, he's the most fitting of his role in Team Hooligan. Bark could absolutely pick up both his teammates and throw them, and could certainly break through things that his other teammates couldn't. Flight type. Bean the Dynamite would fit this role. While he's never seen flying as far as I could tell, Bean is either a duck or a woodpecker, and both are capable of flight, and as an added attack, he would be able to use bombs. The Babylonian Rogues are a group of birds who descended from an ace of alien genies who came to Earth by accident. This team may or may not have been a purposeful reference to Sonic Heroes teams, as Team Sonic was here again as the protagonist team, but even if it wasn't, I'm here to prove why it's a great one. Speed type. Jet the Hawk, obviously. All the birds would most likely be on their Extreme Gear air surfboards, but Jet is notably the fastest on his, having mastered use of it. The Extreme Gear are capable of great aerial tricks, so triangle jumps and spinning on poles would be a breeze for him. Strength type. Storm the Albatross. He possesses incredible physical strength, so he's obviously fit for this role. However, he's not that bright. Man, this trope is so overused in media. Anyway. Flight type. Using the Extreme Gear, anybody could fly, but since the other two fit the other two roles so well, Wave the Swallow would be the flight type. However, their flight formation would most likely be simply Storm and Jet flying under her on their own Extreme Gear, instead of her carrying them. This one is easily my favorite of the three. Team Hooligan was downright planned to be in the game to start with, and the Babylonian Rogues I'm fairly certain were modeled after the team mechanic. But even though this may be in fact based on the Sonic Heroes teams, it is fairly subtle, only really showing itself in the IDW Sonic the Hedgehog annual 2019 story Bonds of Friendship. And it is the team of Tangle the Lemur, Whisper the Wolf, and Jewel the Beetle. In this story, Tangle, Whisper, and Jewel have to team up to fight the Babylonian Rogues as they've robbed Jewel's museum. Frankly, a mini-plot after Sonic Heroes' own heart. This team, in fact, is better than the majority of Sonic Heroes teams, as Charmy Bee and Cream the Rabbit being able to carry their teammates is hardly canonically realistic. Speed type. Tangle the Lemur. She's faster than Whisper and Jewel, and her prehensile tail makes the stunts of the speed type easily achievable. She even swings on poles with her tail multiple times in the actual comic. Strength type. Now, you might pass this off as a stretch because most strength types are hulking giants, but actually Whisper the Wolf with her variable Wispin fills this role very nicely. With it, she can break apart the stuff that only the strength type can, and pick up and launch her teammates. Additionally, she has been canonically seen using her variable Wispin to glide down with her friends in tow, something that the strength class needs to be able to do. So frankly, she fits the role better than even Vector the Crocodile, because Vector glides down on his blown bubblegum, which is dumb. Flight type. Jewel the Beetle, obviously. She's even seen carrying Tangle in the flashback. So as a side note, I'd assume that the flight formation would look something like that, with Jewel holding Tangle's tail and Tangle holding Whisper's hands. And there you go, 3 perfect Sonic Heroes teams that weren't in Sonic Heroes. I'm especially proud of that last one though, because the first one was originally in the game but cut and the second was obvious. I wonder if the writers actually intended for Tangle, Whisper, and Jewel to be a perfect Sonic Heroes team. Anyway, if you like this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're interested in this kind of stuff. See you next time, and remember, don't mess with the moose.